Today, let's talk Andy Howard's automatic payment pools that you've probably seen pop up online if you've been searching for ways to earn income in crypto or looking into decentralized finance. It's a program that comes with the promise of earning passive income through something called liquidity pools, even when the crypto market is crashing. I want us to take an in-depth look at what it entails so that you can make your mind up as to whether it is legit. Before we dive in, if you're tired of the hype and want a real, proven way to make money online, I'll leave a link below to the #1 business I recommend after 15 years of testing what actually works. Now, let's get back to our review. Automatic payment pools is not some kind of software or automated payment processing tool. Despite what some listings on random course-selling websites like GigaCourses might suggest, that's not what this is. It's a training program. When you go to automaticpaymentpools.com, it redirects you to a site called Awesomely, which is where you'll actually find the course priced at $297. The program includes 5 video modules where Andy explains Bitcoin, altcoins, blockchain, and the whole liquidity provider concept. Now, if you're brand new to crypto and all of this is completely foreign, this course might help you understand some fundamentals. But if you already know your way around decentralized finance, or DeFi, you're probably not going to find anything revolutionary in there. Andy isn't giving away some guarded industry secret. He's just packaging well-known strategies into a beginner-friendly course. So, what exactly is Andy teaching in this course? At its core, he's walking you through how to become a liquidity provider in DeFi. That means you're putting up your crypto into liquidity pools so that other people can trade assets back and forth, and in return, you get a cut of the fees every time a trade happens. Let's slow down and talk about what this actually means, especially if you're not too familiar with DeFi. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is a financial ecosystem that cuts out the middlemen like banks. Instead of needing a bank to approve a loan or process a trade, you use decentralized apps built on blockchains like Ethereum. These apps run using smart contracts, which are basically self-executing lines of code that make sure transactions happen as agreed, without needing anyone to babysit the process. Now, liquidity pools are a core part of how DeFi works. In traditional finance, you need a buyer and a seller to make a trade happen. But DeFi uses liquidity pools, which are basically big pots of crypto that people like you and me contribute to. Let's say there's an Ethereum USDC pool. That means people have deposited equal values of Ethereum and USDC into that pool. When someone wants to trade Ethereum for USDC, the smart contract pulls from that pool to make the trade happen instantly. And because you're one of the people who added funds to that pool, you get rewarded. Every time someone makes a trade, they pay a fee, usually a percentage of the tray. That fee gets split among all the liquidity providers, based on how much they've contributed. So, the more you put in, the bigger your share of the fees. Andy's angle in automatic payment pools is that he's got a system to find the best pools to invest in. He talks a lot about something he calls the ideal correlation ratio, which is his method for choosing which pools have the best balance between risk and reward. So, what's this correlation ratio? Basically, in a liquidity pool, the two assets you provide should ideally move in the same direction. If you put Ethereum and wrapped Bitcoins in a pool, they're both major cryptos and often move similarly. That's good because it means the value of your share in the pool doesn't get yanked around too much. But if you pair Ethereum with a meme coin or a volatile low-cap token and one of them crashes while the other holds or rises, the pool becomes unbalanced, and that's when you run into a thing called impermanent loss. That's when, if you pull your money out of the pool, you might get back less total value than you put in even after earning some fees. Andy claims he can help you avoid that by picking pools where the assets have just the right kind of correlation. This means that they move together closely enough to avoid major imbalance, but also have enough trading volume to rack up decent fees. Now, one thing that Andy emphasizes in his pitch is that you can start with just $50. And technically, that's true. A lot of DeFi platforms don't have minimum deposit requirements. But here's the catch. You're going to get eaten alive by gas fees, especially on Ethereum. Making a trade, adding liquidity, or withdrawing funds could each cost you $10. $20, sometimes more in gas fees. If you're only investing $50, the fees could wipe out your profits completely, especially if you're not using a layer 2 solution or a cheaper chain. Also, Andy markets this course by saying it doesn't matter whether the market is crashing or booming, you can still earn passive income. And again, that's partially true. People trade during bull markets, bear markets, and everything in between. But what he downplays is that market conditions absolutely affect liquidity pools. If a major token in your pool drops 60%, your pool balance and value will drop too. And no amount of fees is going to make up for that, unless you're extremely strategic. So, is automatic payment pools legit? Yes, in the sense that Andy is teaching a real concept in the crypto world. Liquidity providing is a thing, and people do make money from it. But he'd say his course is more of a structured hand-holding tool for people who are totally new to DeFi. If you're not a complete beginner, you'll probably recognize that most of what he's talking about is already available for free online on YouTube, in blog posts, even on forums like Reddit. The value here is in the curation and step-by-step guidance. It's like paying for a fitness coach instead of watching free workout videos online. But you've got to ask yourselves, it's worth $297 for that. For some people who don't want to piece together free information or who are afraid of making expensive mistakes on their own, it might be. But if you are comfortable doing your own research and navigating the DeFi space slowly and cautiously, probably not. That's my review, and I want to thank you for watching. If you're serious about building a real online business, check out my #1 recommendation in the description below. It's the best system I've found after 15 years of testing everything out there. You don't want to miss it. If you want more breakdowns like these, subscribe to my channel for regular updates.